Dave, a question. How do you balance it all? You're involved with nonprofits. You're involved with work that nobody even knows about that helps people. You're involved in growing Ramsey Solutions. How do you keep track of that? How do you keep the balance going?
Well, I think balance is mythology. I don't think anybody's balanced that wins at anything. The trick is that over the scope of time to have some balance. But in a given block of time, in a given 90-day period, you might not be in balance. If you're training to run a half marathon, you're going to spend a lot of time on the road. Or training to run a marathon, you're going to spend a lot of time out there hoofing. When you're launching a business, when I was launching this thing, man, it was 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. We were busting it. And I wasn't in balance, but Sharon and I are looking at it and saying, this is what God's saying to do. And so, yeah, we're not going to be as attentive to our marriage. I might miss a soccer game, a 4-year-old kicking a ball down the thing, I didn't miss them all, but I did miss some because I was out of balance. But then later on, I can, work like no one else. Now I can work like no one else. I do whatever I want to do now. And so, but over time, if all you do is show up for every single thing for your children and every single thing for your marriage, you're probably going to starve to death. And on the other hand, if all you do is work, you get home one night, none of them are going to be there.
Yeah,
they're going to have left. And so you have to over time balance it out, but it ebbs and flows. The tide comes in, the tide goes out. The moon's full once a month, and so there's a time that you have an intense walk with God, and then there's other times that it's a little more subtle, and then it's intense again, and then it's more subtle again. The same thing with taking care of your body. If I've got friends that all they do is work out, and their career is suffering because they're out of balance over a long scope of time. But if you don't take care of your body as a part of the rhythm of your life, your career is going to suffer because you're going to end up in the hospital all the time.
Yeah.